Disney Channel. That's better.
That could be a good intro though.
Hey guys, welcome to Destined to Talk. I am here with JASHAAD.
I'm a skit content creator on TikTok.
Yeah, and your TikTok is growing tremendously.
It is doing really well. It is doing really well.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy that puts on wigs, acts like characters, and make jokes out of it.
Destined to Talk is a place where we talk about like our lives, our experiences, our lifestyle, just anything really. But I want to know if you know about yourself.
Mm.
So I have some icebreaker questions.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the first one is, how many followers do you have on TikTok right now? To the decimal.
Last time I checked, it was 155.8. So 150K or 155K point or 800. 155,800. There it is.
The 156.6K. Yeah.
Wow.
See, look at that. That
Wow.
was already today. So, okay. On your Netflix show skit, Passion Paradox.
Oh wow.
What was?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I did some research on you. Yeah.
Oh wow.
What was the name of the female character?
Oh jeez. It can't. Is it Capri Sun?
Capri Sun.
I have a character named Capri Sun. She's my favorite character.
Ooh, I like Capri Sun.
Capri
Cute
Sun.
name.
Full name is Capri and then Sun. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
I forgot what my character was though. I bring up so many. What was her name?
She had a black curly
Yeah.
wig. Do you remember?
I don't remember her name. What was her name?
La Shaquanisha.
La Shaquanisha. Yes. Yes. That was probably the hardest pronunciation of a name. I also have another one, La Vananita.
La Vananita?
It's hard to say it.
How are you coming up with these names?
I'm bored at my house all the time.
Bored.
Yeah,
I get you.
yeah.
I literally ran into my mom's room the other day and I was like, I know what I'm gonna name my children. I'm not gonna have children anytime soon. Okay. What post generated the most views on TikTok?
When you are I think when you're growing out of when you're growing out of
When you're growing out
it's
of
almost at 3, it's almost at 3 mil right now.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Congrats. Okay. And then this one's a little tricky. This is the last icebreaker question.
Okay.
But it is, what Bible verse did you reference in your house tour video for your new apartment?
I see it, but I can't. That's a really good one. You gotta tell me. I don't remember.
It's Isaiah 43, verse 18. Forget the former things, do not dwell in the past. See, I am doing a new thing.
Yeah.
So we're doing a new thing.
Yeah, that's not even my favorite Bible verse. That's the thing.
Really? What's your favorite?
He heals a broken heart and binds up their wounds. Growing up it was really tough. I won't lie. It was really, really tough.
Oh no.
So I realized that God put me in a situation where I was supposed to go through all these things and he was helping me heal through them. But I had to go through them to understand how to get to this point today.
For sure. Yeah. You got to go through the process to see the promise.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. Okay. Well, I wanted to know like what inspired you to create skits, because I actually did some research on you, of course. But you were 8.
Yes.
And you started to film on a BlackBerry?
So it's so funny that you're saying that. So basically what happened was Facebook came out. Right. I think Facebook was out for about 3 years. It was still really new. But I always had a personality. I was always like the main attention, right? So like growing up, I traveled around the world for dance. I never could sing, but I was always acting or dancing in some type of vein.
Mm-hmm.
My mother got a Mac, the big computer, and she allowed me to get Facebook, right? But she controlled everything that I did. While I was on Facebook, that's when I started to just record myself on the Mac and just talk to the 20 followers that I had. And then I got my first phone was BlackBerry.
Mm-hmm.
From the BlackBerry, I was not recording, but I was making like scripts for when I do get a phone, like a touchscreen. First ever phone was an Evo. From there, I was recording
Evo is years back.
Yeah, I got Evo. Then it was a Galaxy Note, and then it was finally my first ever iPhone.
Oh, wow.
But throughout those spans of times, I was recording majority on Instagram and was it Triller? I think that was the app.
There's Triller.
Yeah, that was
Triller.
that was the main app I was on for a
Oh
while.
wow,
Yeah, so I
that
remember.
sounds really funny. Like because that Mac has all of my like childhood videos,
Yeah.
and it's funny because I'm in broadcast journalism and we do radio, and I
Mhm.
did a little bit of radio on for WODU
Mhm.
for the university. But I actually started my own radio on GarageBand,
Good.
and
Mac
it's
is
funny.
it. Yeah, no, it. Once you look back at like obviously your younger self, you realize like how much you use certain things, but
Yes,
like
and
it
how
all
much
started.
we're still like
Yeah,
that same person.
yeah.
So interesting. Wow,
Hmm.
that's what's up. And you're still doing skits today.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I was doing like small little things,
Hmm.
like small little recordings, but it was never like a really big like skit. The only I got big on skits maybe like my 8th grade year,
Hmm.
going into my freshman year. That's when I started to do like really big skits, but that's when Snapchat came out, and then I started doing like
Dang.
Snapchat type of videos.
Hmm.
Um, but I would say I really got into skits, like started taking them serious, probably my freshman year of college.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Like for me, I always liked taking pictures on
Hmm.
Instagram. That's kind of just like what I like to do. But I did think I was gonna be a Musically star.
Hmm. I think everyone had
My
that.
account was named Queen Curly Head Des. Everybody was naming themselves Curly
They were at that time. I remember there
Head.
was a phase. Even men were doing it.
Yeah,
Every
or light
Yeah,
light skin,
yeah. Everyone was doing it at that point.
wavy,
It was bad.
ayo.
I
What a
did.
time.
My username for a while was Ugly Boy JASHAAD. The
Ugly.
reason I
Why ugly?
because it how can I explain this? When you see Ugly Boy JASHAAD, you automatically think ugly man, and then when I kind of confuse you in that space, I don't think I'm on like Michael B. Jordan, but I do think I'm an attractive male, right?
Yeah, you
So
are.
saying Ugly Boy JASHAAD brought in attention with that name to kind of
Mm.
confuse you in that way.
Okay,
Yeah,
so marketing master.
for real.
Okay, cool. All right. Um, what would you say to anyone who is trying to be a content creator? Because I'm also trying to be a content creator, and I feel like a lot of people have fear of their potential because, and even me,
Hmm.
you can have a fear of being perceived and
Hmm.
receiving judgment, or like, I'm open to feedback, but
Hmm.
there's people that are gonna be like
Yeah.
judging you for what you do. So, how did you get to the point where you're at right now, where you're just so confident in what you're doing, and that's what's really boosting you up? And I feel like after we get from that step, then we can really like
Yeah.
flourish in our social
So I have a
medias.
tattoo on my ear that says "I am me," and then also we're going back to this tattoo, which is "He heals broken hearted, binds up the wounds." The reason
Mm,
that I'm able to be where I'm at, there was a lot of tears,
yeah.
a lot of dark moments, a lot of sad moments, to be able to get the confidence that I have now. Even though my confidence is, I won't lie, like my confidence is a lot more higher now. I feel
That's
more
good.
right,
Yeah.
but starting if you go look back, and even like you said, you did your research, but if you go look back at my first ever videos, they didn't break 20 likes. They did
I
barely.
did.
They did.
Okay, because one of the icebreaker questions was going to be like, what was your first video about? I think, well, one of your first videos was like, oh, I want to be
Yeah.
a skit
The other
person.
one, I forgot. It was something about a girl, and I was drinking water. I don't remember what it was, but like when I first started doing those, it didn't really bring in viewership.
Hmm.
Now it probably has views now just because of over time people just go watch back and everything
Yeah.
like that. But um, last year was probably the hardest point. I like I think I just hit 5,000, and then
You grew that much?
I've grown 60,000 followers in a month. Yeah, yeah.
Well, then look at you.
Yeah, no, it's been great. But
Wow.
having 5,000, you don't get 5,000 views for having 5,000 followers, right? You like
Yeah, that's true.
you get a consistent number, and it was rough because I was getting into it. I was really starting to enjoy it, and I wasn't making a single dime off of it yet. But not having a consistent viewership, and sometimes a video not even getting over like 500 views, it used to kill my self confidence.
Yeah.
But how where I'm at today was a lot of people that told me I wouldn't be anything, or
Mhm.
like I was like very like the dream that I had didn't have any type of volume.
Yeah.
So with that, hearing constant, this is before even skits, hearing constant like negativity about myself over and over again as a younger age, kind of gets you prepared more for today. What my advice though for people is just, if a video does bad, post two more, right? You're not
Ooh,
supposed to, not every video is supposed to go viral, even though your mindset
true.
is telling you like this is a really good
Yeah.
video. It's not supposed to, like there's gonna be really,
Yeah.
really bad days with content. You can have 1 million followers and still not get over 10K views. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like you just have to be very consistent with your own self.
Mhm.
People think algorithm is a thing, and algorithm is technically a thing, but people think if they post at a certain time, it's gonna get more views. It's not about that. It's just about consistency.
Really?
Yeah, it's really about just
Oh, okay.
consistency. Yeah, like you're supposed to post like at 3, 7, and like 10, and I
Yeah, mine is
post.
7,
Yeah, and I post
6, 7.
whenever I want now.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's good.
it's
So
just
you're in
consistency.
control of you're like, I'm doing what I want to do.
Even though I do what I want to do, um, sometimes my videos still do bad, and that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you just have to understand like when a video does bad, just have a backup plan and another backup plan, and if let's just say all videos do bad, but each one gets 1,200, 1,200 views, you put all those together, you still got 5,000 views just off of that. Was, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just about being consistent with
Wow. Well, then we got to be consistent, y'all, because I'm actually trying to do the same thing, but and what you were saying, when a video doesn't get viral, post 2 more. I delete it or I archive it
yeah,
because I'm like, ew, why is it not
yeah,
like that's not even what I
yeah,
need to
yeah,
be doing. Like, I'm putting out content to talk about the goodness of God. Like, I'm doing this for God, not for me.
right,
Like, that's what I am learning.
yeah,
And it really is just doing what like just doing what you need to
mm-hmm,
do um to post your best content
mm-hmm,
and not worrying about what everybody else thinks.
right,
So that's definitely
yeah, yeah.
learning.
I'm used to seeing 5,000 views per video on TikTok, but like on Instagram when I post, I barely break 1,000, and that's okay. Like
Yeah.
it's like the biggest thing I'll say is to get some type of motion on one app. So like being consistent on one thing, and then starting to branch out. And when you branch out, like don't expect like you just have the same amount of views that you got on the other app, you
Yeah.
know. But like my last Instagram post got, like my video got like 70 likes, and I haven't seen 70 likes in God
Yes.
knows when, you know. But
Mhm.
still though, at least I know like, okay, if this video doesn't do good here, like I have somewhere else that I can be exposed
Yeah.
by. Yeah,
Good. Just really going on other applications and other platforms to kind of get yourself out there.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
So I heard you wanted to do real estate too.
Yes, 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 yes.
So you plan on moving anywhere?
So Northern Virginia is probably a place that I will do my majority of my real estate.
They have some big houses
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Like, what is it called? Um, it's like the suburbs of DC.
I know I'm
It's
gonna
not even
be.
in my head.
I know I'm probably gonna be around that Arlington area. So
Ooh,
that
okay.
has really nice spots.
Yeah.
The reason that I believe that real estate can be like a thing for me is just my TikTok videos that I do when it comes to selling like TikTok shop type of things.
Yeah.
Those do extremely well view wise, but then also I bring in commission. Like I'm able to convince somebody that this is the product they need off of me doing a
Mm,
skit
yeah.
alone. The scary thing about I've been wanting to do real estate for years, but the scary thing about real estate is like you can go like months, weeks without making a single dime, right?
Yeah.
And with me able to make money with these TikTok videos, I can make a skit in that house showing like what the house is about, but also
Yeah.
making money while I'm doing that. So
Hmm.
I'm not going weeks without eating. I've always been a people's person. I always like selling pitches and ideas to people, and I would love to sell the dream house, quote unquote, to someone that really believes that this is their like dream. Um, at the end of the day, it's always about making sure that other people are happy. Um, but now I have a plan where I can make money while doing
Hmm. That's good. So, do you also kind of have to balance that out to also make you happy too, right?
it's been tough. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard being a like a
Yeah,
people
it
pleaser.
really is tough. It took a lot of heartbreaks and a lot of
Rejection.
even that and a lot of like backstabbing for me to
Yeah.
realize like even though I am still a people person
Yeah.
to kind of make sure that I put myself first.
Mhm.
Um, because sometimes people don't have any morals or any like so it was I always cared about other people to like even more than myself, and then that would
Mm.
eat me up.
Mm.
So I'm at a place now where I'm still able to comprehend I'm a people person, but keep it to myself.
So, and then I have a question. It was, how did God move in your life or business, and how did He help you find your value, your purpose, or like your self love? Because, like, obviously, we're talking about just battling with, you know, having self love and truly just walking in our power, walking in our, purpose without not condemning ourselves, but like valuing ourselves less than
Yeah,
what we really are.
yeah.
So, God does say that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and He made you in His image.
Mhm.
And so you are like, as you're growing, like you are knowing like who you are, right? Like
Mhm.
you're just
2020, I tell people I'm very open about this because
mm-hmm.
you don't know what person in this world needs to hear this. 2020, I attempted suicide.
Mm-hmm.
I was in ICU for 2 days. Um, and that was my first ever realization moment of like I do have a purpose in this world. I don't know what it is yet because I was supposed to be here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I tell people all the time is what happened for me in that moment till today is I I was kept on trying to take steps forward to see like the better me, but what I needed to do was go backwards, right? It's a little bit it's a little bit different,
Yeah.
right? Some people can go east, some people can go west, some people can go forward, but the thing was when I was walking forward, it just was still dark, right? It was like I was in a tunnel, but I didn't see no light even how many steps I took. And even though going backwards was still dark, at least I know how to go back, right?
Yeah.
So going backwards was realizing what I was doing as a kid, and what I was doing as a kid was making videos. That was what made me happy.
Yeah.
And I never really fully understood like how much I should have stayed with that, but
Mm.
I was so versatile in so many things that I kind of lost that little side of me.
Mm.
Um, so now what's beautiful about it is what God has taught me is in a dark room. A lot of people, when they're accustomed to light, and we're accustomed to light with the sun
Yeah.
and the moon, we're always constantly seeing light.
Mm-hmm.
When someone sees darkness for the first time, they don't know what to do. They panic, right?
Tell me
They
about
they
it.
they kind of just get all jittery and they feel like everything in the world is going bad, right?
Yeah.
When you're accustomed to the dark and you know how to get to light,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how many times you go into the dark, you always find a way out. So what God was teaching
Amen.
me was, you know, I was supposed to go through these battles. I just had to, right? To be able to find a foundation to my own self that even at the worst times, I can still get myself out of it. So yeah.
What something that I've learned from like my relationship with God is that He's gonna meet you wherever you are. I know like a lot of people think that they have to get themselves right
Yeah.
to go to God.
Yeah.
They have to stop doing, those bad habits to get to Him. But He's gonna come to you, and
Yeah.
He's also already there
Yeah.
with you. And for me, I had I was really down with like getting high all the time
Hmm.
and just doing things that was altering my sobriety.
Hmm.
And it wasn't really good because like when I got high, I got really emotional. I got
Hmm.
really crazy. Like I just was getting these really bad thoughts that obviously wasn't from God, but like God really saved me from that. And you know, like He was calling for me,
Hmm.
but I didn't think that I was worthy enough
Hmm.
for Him to come save me.
Hmm.
But He will save you in the deepest, the darkest places in your life.
Yeah.
You just like go
I
to Him,
remember
allow Him.
the first time I went to church for like I don't remember how long it was, but
Yeah.
first time me going, I walked in. I told my friend JJ this because he's also religious, but
Mm.
I just started crying. And I couldn't stop crying.
Yeah.
And I was so confused why I was crying so much.
Mm.
And then like I would stop
Yeah.
and then I would cry again. And that was my first time ever having like a because I've been baptized before.
Yeah.
I've gone to church, but that was my first time after the suicide attempt and going through all this motions in my life that
Mhm.
I finally felt touched. It was the craziest moment. That was like my first ever moment that realizing, okay, he's actually like real.
Mhm.
And it was crazy and it was very humbling to know that because now he was teaching me like there is a purpose. I just need to find it and find my niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you walk with him, he's going to literally lead you
Yeah.
there. So for me, a funny thing about this podcast was, like I said, I was driving. He gave me this podcast. He gave me the feeling about it. He gave me like the visions month prior to it. And by that next week, I had this all set up.
Mm-hmm.
However, so he provided all this for me, but when I did my first episode, I didn't even go to him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even pray to him. I didn't even do anything. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just like, thanks God for the podcast. I'm gonna go do my own thing now.
Mm-hmm.
And that episode did not
Mm-hmm.
it did not fulfill me. I was so unsatisfied. So like in the month of December, so I actually like stopped posting for the podcast for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then the month of December I did like a lot of prayer,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of fasting, to figure out what I need to do with
Mm-hmm.
this. And obviously, he was like a Christian podcast or
Mm-hmm.
just like a podcast just for anyone to tell their story and to tell their testimony. And ever since, he's been prospering it and allowing people to see it and like seeing those comments like, this, I needed this video. This
Mm-hmm.
video really touched me. I'm about to get a Bible next week,
Mm-hmm.
like, or tomorrow. So it's like really touching to hear that because I kind of forgot about what God gave me
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to do what I want to do
Mm-hmm.
rather than following him. So like that's kind of what I was saying with just allowing him to lead us
Mm-hmm.
because as he leads this podcast, I do pray like it's gonna
Yeah.
prosper. And with him it will.
Yeah.
So that's really good. That's really good. Well, I'm glad like everything is going pretty great.
Yeah, no, there's definitely bumps in the roads and there's
Of
definitely moments
course.
of like I don't even feel like I should be doing this. But it is nice to create a fan base now where they in a lot of ways appreciate me. You know, you don't
Yeah.
know the people, you don't even know some of the people that watch your videos and they'll never comment, but they just when they see your video, it makes their day. You know, that is
Yeah.
the number one thing. And sometimes even come around like the school area, um, some people recognize me and like it's very touching knowing that because like that's a lot of that's about 4 years of work that I put in and now I'm
Yeah.
finally getting acknowledgement. So that's the type of stuff that like really pushes me to keep going. Um, but there, I also have friends that will make sure to humble me, you know, because I not to get a big head.
Yeah. Oh goodness. It's so important to have like that.
Yeah, I don't
This
have
friendship.
any. I don't know, but I don't have any yes men. All my friends are people that would like tell me like
What you need to hear
right,
rather than what you want to hear.
right.
Yeah.
The thing that does suck about I've been posting a lot of my videos going viral, right?
Mm-hmm.
Millions of views, whatever the case may be. And realizing that there are a lot of people that one are accustomed to me doing it now, so it seems normal. But even though it's not, it's still very hard to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, to the people that like I grew up with don't support me as much as I thought we always did.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
seeing success in my life and then also seeing the people that were doing better than me and now that I'm starting to do something well for myself, they don't support it as much.
Yeah.
Those are the type of things that are very hard when it comes to doing social media or
Yeah.
just not even about social media, but just doing better in life. Because the people that you think support you the most do not support you at all. But that's what the whole quote is: keep your friends, keep your enemy closer. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, there's a lot of demons that go into making or doing entrepreneurship, doing stuff that you believe in, because there are a lot of things that can bring you down.
Yeah.
But it is God that allows you to understand what your purpose is. Mm-hmm.
And I do want to say, like, I have never seen you on campus.
Yeah.
I've never seen you on campus
Yeah.
ever.
I'm in class. I'm go back home and I record.
Okay, because like I go to class too, and then I go back home.
Yeah, I don't stay on campus. I don't talk to people. It's not that I don't want to. It's just the image that I've had since 2 years ago
Yeah.
when I was making 2 cents a video, um, even my family, like some of my family members, don't even understand or believe in like what I'm doing right now, right? So
Yeah.
if some of my family members don't even understand or believe in it, why I don't got time for people to like also judge me as well.
Yeah.
People would be like, "Jashad, are you gonna go to the web?" And I'd be like, "No, I gotta record." And at that time, I had I don't know, a couple thousand followers. So, like it seemed unrealistic. They were like, "Why?"
Yeah.
You know. But I seriously, when I tell you, I'm in class, I'm thinking about videos. I'm in the web, I'm thinking about videos. I'm constantly thinking, and I'll even like people watch or listen to people's stories of like something ridiculous, and I'll make a video about that.
Yeah.
And people don't even know like some videos are about them, but
Ooh.
I don't need to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely will. I will definitely use people's crazy life to create content.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Yeah,
how do you get growers showing?
yeah. Well, that video right there was that was me. That was like me experiencing like, I mean, not to get graphic obviously, but like there are people in this world that are growers and there are people that are showers,
Yeah.
right? And I've always thought that was like an insecurity of mine. So instead of me hiding my insecurity, I bring it to light. I don't Everything that I have gone through or like have been insecure about, I make
Yeah.
videos about it because there are probably other people in this world that think the same way I do.
And you can like turn that insecurity into like
Correct.
embracing it.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So that's all you really got to do. But the grower, when you're showing how to grow, it's definitely, or when you're growing how to show, it's definitely a very crazy video. It would have been even crazier if it didn't do well. So if it only got like 2,000 views,
yeah.
it would have been like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
But since it's close to 3 mil now, it looks more normal. People
Yeah,
are like,
and
yeah,
I think it got that big, and like a lot of your videos get so big because they're very different than
very
what
different.
like
Yeah.
the average
Correct.
skit or average like comedic video on TikTok is, and that's really how you can stand out and
Yeah.
how you can really grow is doing something that's different from
Yeah.
what other people are doing.
And I also think what helps me out is that I'll do videos like that, but then I'll do like relationship skits. So like
Yeah.
stuff that's
I
like that. Yeah.
saw.
And I think that's like what helps out a lot because I'll do a relationship skit. So what I had to get into was my male to woman ratio was like I had like 80% male, right? 20% women. Well, we all know women are way more supportive than men, right? So I had to
True.
start doing things that were going to appease to women, right?
Mhm.
And some people think like I rather men think now I'm a feminist, but I'd rather be a feminist than not show support to women at all, right?
Mhm.
So like now what I do is I'll make funny skits
Yeah.
that are unhinged, but I also do stuff in relationship aspect, and I will do it for men and women. So like women be like or men be like to make it even. But the only problem with that is if I attack men's character, women are saying thank you for saying it, but men say you are a feminist. If I attack women's character, men are like, "Thank you for saying that," but women are gonna say, you know. So you can't make everyone happy in this thing. That's not the point of this. The point is to make my supporters enjoy what they keep watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for coming on here and sharing your story, and of course, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll gladly if you need me on here again, I'll gladly come on here.
Yeah.
I enjoy podcasting. I enjoy
Yeah, like
any type
you're
of stuff.
talking like you're a professional. Like I'm like, dang, this is your podcast. Just hard to talk. I don't know. That was so corny. Yeah.
Nah, I think I would do like I told you my podcast is called The Simp Talks. So like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, The Simp Talks.
What's going on with that?
I'm recording 6 episodes before I post.
Ooh,
so I can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's great because I'm like,
you're doing.
check out my podcast.
Yeah. And it's only that's
one video up there.
I did a podcast first called Me Within, and I was doing like weekly, and it was so hard to keep up with. So like, I was to learn from mistakes and The Simp Talks, and I want to trademark the word simp because I really enjoy that word. I have a whole.
I saw your Arthur card.
Yeah, I have
you
a
want
whole
to
Simps
show?
card. Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
like
show
I
it to
have
them.
a whole Simps card and everything. So I want to trademark that word and make that my own.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think simp is such a bad word, but it's not. Like you can be a productive simp. You don't have to be like a man that is what I say in my podcast, my to go to word is, I would never get on my knees and kiss a woman's foot, but I would suck her toes, right? So like that's something that I believe in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. So like
I'm
the
for
word
that.
simp is not.
Well, for that for you.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely a toe sucker for sure. Like I definitely enjoy that. So yeah.
Interesting.
hmm
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm accustomed to speaking on a mic, and
Okay. So wait, like, what exactly are you gonna talk about on the podcast? Like,
it's my story, it's my life story, but in a funny way. So
like your relationships.
relationships, women, men, friendships, where I'm at today, things that I
Okay.
think about, like how my mind can think of a video called when you're a shower or when you're a girl not a shower,
Yeah.
right? Even like stories of me being at ODU, listening to women, listening to men talk about their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my life, or like basically a storybook, but in a comical way. So you can laugh while listening to something so quick and short.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like a what is it called? Not a heckler, but
No, yeah,
I just get the giggles sometimes, so don't mind me. But yeah, again, I just thank you for coming on
of
here.
course,
It was nice
absolutely.
talking to you. This
Of
is
course.
actually our first time talking in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah, it
This
was
is good.
cool.
How do you
Yeah.
end this usually?
I don't know. How do you want to end it?
I usually always just shout out. So like I usually talk about like my social medias, like follow me and that. But I always end with my quote. You know, like I said, I don't get on my knees and kiss woman's foot or feet. I suck toes.
Mhm.
So you can end some stuff off like that.
Okay. And like, do you want to like follow my Instagram or what?
Yeah, nah, y'all should definitely follow my IG at JASHAAD, JASHAADSB. My TikTok handle is JASHAAD, just JASHAAD, JASHAAD. Instagram would be appreciative. You know, we're trying to do better on that app, but y'all can definitely follow me on TikTok, and you'll see me wear a wig here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, last question. Whose wigs are
My
those?
mother's.
Your mother's.
Yeah, so my mom's a lock now. Like she's full on locks. But she
Ooh, I love that.
used to wear wigs. So like now that she doesn't need them anymore, I took all of them.
Is the blonde wig hers too?
The white boy.
The white, is that the white boy? I was giving like Mary J. Blige
Ooh.
for me.
Ooh, so I need to get a better wig then.
I
Yeah,
think
that's my
so.
white boy.
I mean,
No, that's not my mother. That's all me.
that's you.
Yeah, I bought that from
Well, I
Amazon.
like it.
I appreciate
Really
it.
cool.
Yeah.
The black curly one is, what did it say? Shaquanisha.
La
La
Shaquanisha.
Shaquanisha. That's your mom's wig.
All of them.
Well, shout out to your mom's old wigs.
Yeah, no, she blessed me for sure, because those wigs are not cheap. Those wigs are not cheap. So shout out to her.
Well, they look like tangles, so I mean, you gotta need to keep up with that.
I don't brush them. I don't do nothing. I just put them on, and
They look a little.
they are. They definitely are. No, yeah. I don't know how to take care of wigs, and I'm not going to. I'm going to keep them.
I might gift you a wig. When's your birthday?
May 25th.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I'll
I'm a
get you a
Gemini.
wig. I'll get you.
Is that a red flag?
What, for May 25th?
Nah, Geminis.
Oh, I really don't be
That's
following
why
them.
I'm so happy you don't. Thank you. There's so many people I've met that say like Geminis are red flags off rip. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, aren't we all red flags?
We are. I have a bunch of red
just
flags.
Humans are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where I go like. We can do it together.
All right. How long?
I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1. We'll say cut.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.